Hello, this is Black Wall Street Chronicles, and we're back at it again. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Today's episode, we're going to do a Women's History Month special, where we give our home roses to Miss Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg was in the middle of a controversy where she said some things that was disrespectful to the Jewish community, and she was suspended for The View for 2 weeks. I find it very hypocritical that Whoopi gets suspended for 2 weeks, but nothing seems to happen to Joe Rogan. I already did my episode about Joe Rogan, 2 episodes ago. So before we get started, we need some announcements. Give y'all some announcements. First, Anchor.com has this thing with Spotify where we can post live stream videos. So not only live stream videos will be posted on YouTube, this live stream video will also be posted on Spotify. Apparently, they said that if we upload the video on Anchor.com, they're going to save the audio and they're going to put the audio on all the other platforms. So that's good news. It's always good to, put your IP in different platforms in the media and on the internet. Also, this live stream will also be posted on my Twitch account. All of my social media accounts will be posted under the video, so you can basically click on. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube is paying $308 TV. If you want to subscribe to my Twitch account is Jeff Gamer 55 Ryan. All right. Thank you. Also, my Instagram is BlackHage840. If you want to look at my Instagram and you want to click on my Instagram just to show support, it would be much appreciated. Thank you. Now, let's get started. Whoopi Goldberg, also known as Karen Elaine Johnson, was born November 11th, 1955. She's an American actor, comedian, author, television personality, and a recipient of numerous accolades. She is one of the 16 entertainers to win EGOT, which includes an Emmy Award, a Grammy Award, an Academy Award, and a Tony Award. Goldberg began her career on stage in 1983 with her one-woman show, Spook Show, which transferred to Broadway under the title Whoopi Goldberg, running from 1984 to 1985. She won the Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album for the recording of the show. The film breakthrough came in 1985 with her role as Celsi, a mistreated woman in the Deep South, and Celie, color purple, Celie, a mistreated woman in the Deep South, in Steven Spielberg's period drama The Color Purple, for which she won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. Her performance as an eccentric psychic in the romantic fantasy Ghost. She won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress and the second Golden Globe Award. She starred in a comedy Sister Act, its sequel Sister Act 2, Back of the Habit, and Theodore Rex. She became the highest paid actress at the time. One Goldberg has starred in the Broadway revivals of Stephen Sondheim's music A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, in August Wilson's play of May Rainey's Black Bottom. She won a Tony Award as a producer on the musical Thoroughly Modern Millie. On television, Goldberg portrayed Gideon in the science fiction series Star Trek The Next Generation. Since 2007, she has co-hosted and moderated the daytime talk show The View, for which she won Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Talk Show Host. She has hosted the Academy Awards ceremony 4 times. Karen Elaine Johnson was born in Manhattan, New York City on November 13, 1955. the daughter of Robert James Johnson, clergyman, Emmer Johnson, nurse and a teacher. She was raised in a public housing project, the Chelsea Elliott Houses in New York City. Goldberg described her mother as a stern, strong, and wise woman who raised her as a single mother with her brother Clyde. Clyde died in 2015. She attended a local Catholic school, St. Columbia's. Her more recent forebears migrated from Fayetteville, Georgia, Platique, Florida, and Virginia. She was dropped out of Washington Irving High School. She has stated her stage name, forename Whoopie, was taken for whoopee cushion. When you're performing on stage, you don't never really have time to go to the bathroom and close the door. So if you get a little gassy, you gotta let it go. So people used to say to me, "You're like a whoopee cushion," and that's where the name came from. About her stage surname, she claimed in 2011, "My mother did not name me Whoopie, but Goldberg is my name. It's part of my family, part of my heritage, just like being black. I just know that I'm Jewish. I practice nothing. I don't go to temple. But I do remember the holiday." She stated that people will come on and, "Are you Jewish?" And I always say, "Would you ask me that if I was white? I bet not." One account suggests that her mother, Emma Johnson, thought that her family original surname was not Jewish enough for her daughter to become a star. Researcher Henry Louis Gates Jr. found out that all Goldberg's traceable ancestors was black. She had no known German or Jewish ancestry, and that none of her ancestors was named Goldberg. Results of the DNA test revealed in 2006 PBS documentary African American Lives traced part of her ancestry back to the Papa and Boya people of modern-day Guinea-Bissau of West Africa. The show identified her great-grandparents, William and Elsie Washington, who had acquired property in Northern Florida in 1873, and mentions that they were among a small number of blacks who became landowners through homesteading in the years following the Civil War. The show also remembers that her grandparents were living in Harlem and that her grandfather was working as a Pullman porter. According to an anecdote told by Nicole Nichols in Trekkies, a young Goldberg was watching Star Trek and on seeing Nicole's character, you were acclaimed Mama. There's a black lady on television and she's no maid. That spawned Goldberg's lifelong Star Trek fandom, and she eventually asked for and received a recurring guest role as Gideon on Star Trek Next Generation. In the 1970s, Goldberg moved to San Diego, California, where she became a waitress, then to Berkeley, where she had worked odd jobs, including a bank teller, a mortuary cosmetologist, and a bricklayer. She joined the avant-garde theater troupe as the Blake Street Hawkeyes and gave comedy and acting classes. Courtney Love was one of the acting students. Goldberg was also a number of theater productions. In 1978, she witnessed a mid-air collision of two planes in San Diego, causing her to develop a fear of flying and post-traumatic stress disorder. Goldberg trained under the acting teacher Uwe Hagen at HB Studio in New York City. She appeared on screen in Citizen, I'm Not Losing My Mind, I'm Giving It Away, an avant-garde ensemble featured by San Francisco filmmaker Willem Dafoe. In 1983 and 1984, she first came to national prominence with her one-woman show, in which she portrayed Moms Mabley. Moms first performed in Berkeley, California, and then in Victoria Theater in San Francisco. The Oakland Museum of California preserves a poster advertising the show. She created The Spook Show, a one-woman show composed of different character monologues in 1983. Director Mike Nichols discovered her when she saw her perform. In an interview, he recalled that he burst into tears and that he and Goldberg fell into each other's arms when they first met backstage. Goldberg considers Nichols her mentor. Nichols hoped was transferred to the show Broadway, where it was retitled Whoopie Goldberg and ran from October 24th, 1984 to March 10th, 1985. It was taped during the run and broadcast of HBO's Whoopi Goldberg, direct from Broadway in 1985. Goldberg's Broadway performance caught the eye of Steven Spielberg while she performed in the Belly Room at the Comedy Store. Stever gave her the lead role in the film The Color Purple, based on a novel by Alex Walker. It was released in 1985, and it was a critical and commercial success. Film critic Roger Ebert described Goldberg's performance as one of the most amazing debut performances in music history. It was nominated for 11 Academy Awards, including a nomination for Goldberg as Best Actress. Between 1985 and 1988, Goldberg was the busiest female star, making 7 films. She starred in Penny Marshall's directorial debut, Jumpin' Jack Flash, and began a relationship with David Klassen, a director of photography on the set. They married later that year. The film was a modest success, and during the next 2 years, 3 additional motion pictures featured Goldberg, Burglar, Fatal Beauty, and The Telephone. Though they was not successful, Goldberg gained awards from the NAACP Image Awards. Goldberg and Klassen divorced after the poor box office performance of The Telephone, in which she was contracted to perform. She tried unsuccessfully to sue the film's producers. Claria Hart did poorly at the box office, though her own performance was critically acclaimed. As the 1980s concluded, she hosted numerous HBO specials of comic relief with fellow comedians Robert Williams and Billy Crystal. In January 1990, Goldberg starred with John Stapleton in the situation comedy Baghdad Cafe, inspired by a 1987 film of the same name. Sitcom ran for 2 seasons on CBS. Simultaneously, she starred in A Long Walk Home, portraying a woman in the U.S. Civil Rights Movement. She played a psychic in the film's Ghost and became the first black woman to win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in nearly 50 years. And the second black woman to win the Academy Award for acting, the first being Hattie McDowell and Gone with the Wind in 1940. Premiere named her character Autumn Eyed Brown in this list of the top 100 best film characters. Goldberg starred in Soap Dish and had a recurring role on Star Trek The Next Generation between 1988 and 1993 as Gideon, a character she reprised in the 2 Star Trek films. She made a cameo in the Traveling Wilburys of 1991's music video Wilbury Twist, praised Wilbury Twist, on May 29, 1992. The film's sister act was released. It grossed well over $200 million, and Goldberg was nominated for a Golden Globe Award. That year, she starred in A Player and a Serafina. She also hosted the 34th Annual Grammy Awards, receiving the praise from Sun Sentinel's Deborah Wilker for bringing life to what Rickle considered stodgy and stale ceremonies. During that year, Goldberg hosted a late-night talk show, The Whoopi Goldberg Show, and starred in 2 more films, Made in America and Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, with an estimated salary of $712 million for Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. She was the highest-paid actress at the time. From 1994 to 1995, she appeared in Cornier, The Lion King, Theodore Rex, Little Rascals, The Page Master, Boys on the Side, and Moonlight and Valentino, and guest starred on Muppets Tonight in 1996. 1994, Goldberg became the first black woman to host the Academy ceremony, starting with the 66th Oscar telecast. She hosted it again in 1996, 1999, and 2002, and has been regarded as one of the show's best hosts. Goldberg starred in 4 motion pictures in 1996, Bogus, with Gerald DePerdue and Haley Joel Osment, Eddie, The Associate, and Ghosts of Mississippi. During the filming and editing, she began dating co-star Frank Langella, a relationship that lasted early 2000s. In October 1997, she and ghostwriter Daniel Pazier co-wrote a book, a collection of features, Goldberg Insights and Opinions. In 1996, Goldberg replaced Nathan Lane as Pedius in the Broadway revival of Stephen Stollum's musical comedy, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Grave Evans of Variety regarded her thoroughly modern style as a welcome invitation to new audiences that could find 1962 musical as dated as ancient Rome. The Washington Post Chip Crews deemed Goldberg a pip and a pro, and that she ultimately steers the show past its rough spots. From 1998 to 2001, Goldberg took supporting roles in How Stella Got Her Groove Back with Angela Bassett, Girl Interrupted with Ramona Rada and Angelina Jolie, Kingdom Come and Rat Race with an all-star ensemble cast. She starred in ABC TV versions of Cinderella, A Night in Camelot, and Call Me Claus. In 1998, she gained a new audience when she became the Center Square or Hollywood Squares, hosted by Taryn Beerton. She also served as an executive producer, for which she was nominated for 4 Emmy Awards. She left the series in 2002. In 1998, she voiced Ransom in the British animated children's show Fox Brothers by Cosper Hall Films. A.C. Neeson, EDI, ranked her as the actress appearing in the most theatrical films in the 1990s, with 29 films grossing $1.3 billion in U.S. and Canada. In the 2000s,